I am just so excited to be able to be with you guys tonight. I think this is going to be just so cool. So we will be talking about essential oils made easy and how we can totally make them just so simple in our lives. The goal of this class really, though, is to empower you. So I'm going to be talking about three cool things about doTERRA essential oils, three ways to use the oils, and then how to get the oils into your home. And so we're going to be talking about that tonight. And if you have questions along the way, please feel free to let me know because I sure would love to answer any questions and, just talk to you along the way. So the first thing we're going to talk about are three cool things. The first cool thing about doTERRA essential oils is that they are 100% natural and safe. There is nothing added to the oil or taken away from the oil. They're just simply pure essential oils with no side effects and no addictions. So they're actually safe for babies, for children, adults, and the elderly, and even pets. Oils are extracts from plants that have amazing health benefits. They're actually about 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. For instance, one drop of our peppermint essential oil is equal in potency to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So they're super potent. Now, I don't know if you've had the experience of trying our peppermint oil yet, but seriously, one drop goes a long way. And please, please, please just don't get that in your eye. If you do have peppermint, I'd love it if you could just put a drop in the palm of your hands and rub it together and just breathe that in. And if anyone wants to tell me what that feels like at any point, I sure would love to hear it. Now, if you ever do get any oil in your eye, though, all you have to do is use some type of an oil, some type of an oil like a avocado oil, fractionated coconut oil, that type of thing. I like fractionated coconut oil because it is so good for the skin. And it is just something that is just so soothing. So it just takes that burn and that sting out right away, which is something that I do love. Okay. And then also actually what I do love about these oils too is the CPTG standard. It actually stands for Certified Pure Tested Grade, and it means these oils are completely pure and potent. Pure means there's no foreign contaminants or fillers, and potent means that each plant was grown in a part of the world where that plant grows best, resulting in the absolute best chemistry for that plant. When you have the ideal natural chemistry, the essential oil extracted does exactly what we want it to do for our health. So that's the first cool thing about doTERRA essential oils. They are 100% natural and safe. Now, the second cool thing about doTERRA essential oils is that they are more effective than many modern approaches to health problems. Now, before we move on, do we have any medical professionals here on Zoom in this class right now? You're going to need to I can't see the video, so you're going to need to put it in the chat. Okay, so the reason I like to ask that is because what I'm going to share now might sound very elementary to medical professionals because most of us don't have the medical training that medical professionals do. So I'm going to really simplify things so this makes sense to everyone, okay? So let's go back to Biology 101. And now I am going to share my video because I'm going to stop the share here for just a minute. I'm going to share my video because now we're going to have a little visual for me. I want you to imagine that my fist here is a cell. Okay. And I want you to imagine that on the outside of these cells are oily membranes, right? Now, the job of these oily membranes is to keep the bad stuff out and help keep the good stuff in, right? But we have two threats, bacteria and viruses. Bacteria tends to attach itself to the outside of the cell, and viruses tend to duplicate the DNA on the inside of the cell. Now, let's say where you have a cold or a flu or some other type of virus, and you go to the doctor. What are the doctors going to tell you to do? Anybody had that experience? Anyone? Well, in my experience, it's been that they basically tell me to let it run its course, go home, drink plenty of fluids, get plenty of rest, that sort of thing. But there's no medicine they can give us. Now, imagine you have a bacterial infection like a strep throat or an ear infection or something like that. What would the doctors give you then? Antibiotic. I was reading Evelyn's lips. So an antibiotic, right? And hopefully after 7 to 10 days, that bacterial infection is cleared up and, then we don't have that anymore. However, that does come with some side effects, usually to our gut and our hormone system, right? It usually just wreaks havoc on that. The reason that doctors can give us medicines for the bacterial infection, but not the viruses, is because most of what's available today are water-based synthetics. And water and oil don't mix. And these oily membranes on the outside of the cell, the antibiotic can go in and reach that bacteria that attaches there. But because they can't break through that oily membrane to get to the center where the viruses duplicate, that's why there's no medication for that. That's the beautiful thing about doTERRA essential oils, is that they're oils. They're not like greasy oils, but they are oils. So they can actually penetrate the cell membrane to be able to get inside the cell, to be able to balance that cell and to be able to get rid of that virus. It's a beautiful thing. So this is why doTERRA essential oils are more effective. Now I'm going to go back to sharing my screen now. All right. Now, the essential oils are different in so many ways because they can actually work on a cellular level, just like I was showing you with the cell. But it's without the side effects or the addictions. And they can actually combat the bacteria on the outside of the cell and prevent the duplication of the viruses on the inside. And that's why they're often more effective than the modern approach to health problems. And that is the second cool thing about doTERRA essential oils. Here you see pictured the On Guard blend. That is our immune protecting blend. I believe every household needs that in multiple forms. And this is one that does promote healthy immune function. It can soothe sore throats. They've actually done some studies that it will even kill staph and MRSA. So it is pretty powerful. The third cool thing about doTERRA essential oils is that they are cheaper than traditional medical care. So anyone want to volunteer what they pay in a copay? You'd have to unmute and tell me or put it in the chat.
$20.
$20. Anybody have cheaper than $20?
If it's a specialist, it's 35.
Oh, okay. Well, 20 is still cheaper than 35. Let's hope you don't have to go see a specialist. Anybody
Yeah, I have one.
Oh. Anybody have cheaper than 20? Okay. And if your doctor gave you a prescription for an antibiotic, how much would it cost to fill the prescription?
It depends on what tier it's in.
Oh, what is the cheapest?
Free.
Free. Okay, I love free. So let's go with free.
Okay.
So when someone in my family has, say, an ear infection, what we do is we rub 2 drops of lavender and 2 drops of tea tree around their ear, and we'll put them to bed. Then about 12 hours later, the ear infection is cleared up. And it usually takes 7 to 10 days when you're using antibiotics. With my essential oil remedy, it costs us about 64 cents. Now, whether it costs you $20 for the copay and the prescription, or whether it costs $0 because you live in a country with free medical care, or that is the way your insurance is, essential oils are still less expensive than the gas in the car you pay to go to the doctor's office. That is not including, though, the half day of work you probably had to take off for this emergency. We also haven't taken into account the fact that antibiotics harm your gut and that you might have to go buy extra probiotics for 2 weeks to fix the damage, which is even more money. And then I just feel like we save hundreds of dollars a year in medical costs because of essential oils. You cannot afford not to use natural solutions. That is why essential oils are more affordable than traditional medical care. And that is the third cool thing about doTERRA essential oils. Oh, and that lavender is so soothing. Oh, I love it, especially like after a sunburn and that type of thing. Okay, now what we're going to talk about are 3 ways to use the essential oils. So now that we know like the 3 cool things about essential oils, I want to talk about the 3 ways that we're going to use them. The first way that we use essential oils is aromatically. You might have already experienced this. So everyone take their fingers. And again, you gotta remember that I'm not showing my video right now. Take your fingers and I want you to put them right here at the bridge of your nose, right? Right behind there is your olfactory nerve. It actually sends signals to your limbic system that signaling what you're smelling and the effects of it, and then we'll send it out to the cells of the body. Now, when you smell an essential oil, it actually goes through the olfactory nerve to the limbic system, like I said, and then to the cells of the body, and will help balance those systems of your body naturally. And a lot of people might think this is kind of hokey. But think about this. When you go to the dentist and they need to put you to sleep for some type of an oral surgery, what do they give you to make you go to sleep or to make you really relaxed? A mask, right? They put a mask on you and have you breathe in. And they usually have you count backwards. I don't know, from 10 down or 100 down or whatever. I don't know about you, but I never remember making it to the last number. I don't remember a couple of numbers, right? It kind of knocks you out. And all they did was have you smell something. That is the effect of the olfactory nerve, right? So essential oils work a lot of the same way with in the same way with the olfactory nerve, and it has the effects on there. That's why the fastest way to your brain is through aromatic use. So let's say someone's feeling high anxiety, or they might be feeling depressed or sad or whatever, and you want to give them either a quick pick me up or to calm down the anxiety or whatever. Just have them smell it in, and just sit there and just smell. Take some deep breaths in. And then you will notice a change come over them. I have watched that happen, even with my own children, and it is amazing. I've even recognized it within myself. It has been truly amazing to be able to see that. Okay, so that's aromatic. Going back to Cher now. All right, now the second way that we're going to use essential oils is topically. You can actually apply oils directly to the skin. For children and with people with sensitive skin, though, you'll want to dilute them with fractionated coconut oil. It's just as effective. It actually will stay on your skin longer when you use a carrier oil. And it may take a little bit longer to absorb, but it will help so you don't feel any type of a major tingly sensation or whatever. It just stays on the skin longer. And then you can also apply the oils to the bottom of your feet, including the babies, and it won't bother them. The skin on the bottom of your feet is not sensitive, and the oils absorb very quickly into the bloodstream. It's a great way to get oils into your system fast. So what health concerns would you think would be best to use the topical application of essential oils? Anybody think of any health issues that you could use them topically?
Asthma.
Okay, asthma could be good. Yep, rubbing it on the lungs. What else could you use topically?
Headaches.
Headaches. Yeah, that's another good one. I often think of topical use for pain. Anytime the knees hurt, the shoulders hurt, or whatever, that's just a great one, or the back, or whatever. I really feel like that would be a great one. So with that one, I typically reach for my deep blue on that one, especially for the achy muscles and joints. And it does help to alleviate the back pain and helps relieve headaches. It's amazing. All right. And then the third way that we have to use the oils is internally. doTERRA essential oils are not only safe to use internally, they are recommended for certain oils. And there are certain oils on the bottle will say essential oil supplement or just essential oil. When it says essential oil supplement, it will actually give supplement facts, and that means that it is safe to be taken internally. So the CPTG standard means that these oils are medicinal grade and are completely safe to ingest, unlike most other brands. You can put them in your mouth or drink them in water. If you don't like the taste, you can put them in an empty veggie capsule, like you can see here on the right. It's like concocting your own little natural remedy. Now, what health concerns would you think would be best to use the internal application of essential oils? Anybody?
Sometimes I'll put lavender with Roman chamomile to drink in tea at night before I go to bed.
Okay, good. Help you rest and calm. Mhm. I often too think of like digestive issues, right? Like I think that would be a way. Okay, now before we play this video, let me stop the share here for a minute. I want to see who can tell me the 3 cool things and or 3 ways to use. And I want to hear from some of our newer people. Because I know some of my other people are already teaching this, so they know it. Anyone? 3 cool things. 3, can you remember any of them? Just unmute and tell me. Three cool things or 3 ways to use, either way. Okay, anybody? Unmute and tell me.
I think Evelyn has hers muted.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Catherine?
What do you mean, to use the oils itself?
Yeah, either way, the 3 cool things that we talked about or the 3 ways to use. Can you remember any of those?
Well, yeah, to take them into capsules. I
Okay.
do that.
So
And
internally,
I'd also use the rollers a lot
topically.
for pain and digestive and things like that. And it's also great for hot flashes.
Oh, it is awesome, right?
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
so she
I have my
shared.
little one that goes everywhere with me and my ginger. Yes, ma'am. Mhm.
Amen.
I've been
amen.
using a while.
Yep.
I've learned a lot.
Yes, right.
I'm just
Okay.
not a big talker, sorry.
No, it's all good. All right, so yeah, so she told us about internal and topical for 2 of the ways to use them. Anyone else? Ways to use or the 3 cool things? Okay. Who else wants to chime in? Anybody can come on in and share.
Aromatically.
Aromatically, that would be the 3rd way, right? Okay,
Mhm.
now what about the 3 cool things? Do you guys remember any of
this.
that? First
They're
cool
safer,
thing,
diffusing.
yes, natural and safe, right?
Right?
Cheaper
Less
Oh,
expensive.
yeah.
Cheaper is one of them. Yep.
and more effective.
More effective. Awesome.
See, I was
Yeah.
listening.
Yes, that's awesome. Fabulous. Okay, now I'm going to share my screen and share with you actually one of my very favorite videos. I love to share this video with as many people as I can. So I'm going to make sure that my sound is on, and it is. That's good. So here we go.
We're exposed to countless toxins every day. Every breath, every bite, every minute under the sun introduces us to substances and chemicals, natural or synthetic, that can impact our health. Perfumes, lotions, shampoos, skincare. These products are filled with potentially harmful chemicals. Our bodies are programmed to manage toxins. But if you get overloaded by too many, it can have major effects on your daily and long-term health. The skin is your body's largest organ and one of its best filters. But we make it hard for the skin to do its job when we lather it in synthetic products. American women use an average of 12 personal care products that contain more than 160 chemicals. Men use an average of 6 personal care products that contain more than 85 chemicals. In the process of trying to help your skin look, feel, and smell beautiful, it's actually increasing your body's toxic load. You can't control every toxin that you come in contact with, but you can control what you put on your skin. You don't have to feel powerless against toxins. You can swap out any product that might be harmful for natural, safe products. With the doTERRA hair care line, you can nourish, strengthen, and protect your hair with shampoo and conditioner full of nature's best ingredients made without harmful toxins. And with the Virage Skincare Collection and Yara Palm, you can give your face special treatment daily, naturally. When you look at the labels of products you use every day, you get to decide, will I put this on my body? Or will I put this in the garbage? With pure doTERRA essential oils and essential oil infused products, it's easy to say, goodbye toxins. Hello, nature.
Okay, so doTERRA CPTG oils have no fillers, no synthetic oils added, no contaminants or toxins. They are the right plant material selected, grown in the right environment, harvested at the right moment, harvested in the right way, heated at the right temperature, and the temperature has increased at the right rate. The steam has been circulated the right way at the right pressure and temperature for the right amount of time. It's cooled at the right rate. And the efficacy is tested for its purity and therapeutic grade qualities by scientists, and it's carefully controlled extraction process. We have only aromatic pure extracts that are gathered. No ineffective compounds are mixed in. It is tested for balanced levels of aromatic compounds, and the gas chromatography, mass spectrometry tested. These are third-party tested. So now doTERRA does do our own testing before we send it to the third party because we want to make sure that it passes our test. But then when we know that it passes the third party testing, then we know it is completely pure. There are over 50 tests that our oils go through. We are the most tested and the most trusted in the essential oil industry worldwide. It is incredible. So we're going to be talking more about toxin-free living. I have a whole class devoted to it. Actually, I'm going to possibly even spend 2 weeks on it, but I do know that I have a whole class just devoted to that because honestly, it's like my favorite topic. And we're going to go into more depth on some of these, but the cleaning products that we have, a lot of our On Guard line and our Abode line. I don't have the Abode line here pictured, but the Abode line is amazing for the kitchen. And then we have the skin and body care, and this is not even half of what we offer. Then we have the supplements, and that's probably also not half of what we offer, but those are life-changing supplements. And then we have a whole children's line. We have stuff for babies, we have stuff for young kids, we have chewable vitamins, probiotics, everything. Like we just have just something for everybody to be able to make sure that you have what you need when you need it. And you can be toxin-free inside and out. So this time, what I'd like for you guys to do is to, before we get to our top 3 health concerns, I would love for you to share an experience that you've had with an oil or a product that we've had. And all I ask that you do is you keep it in less than a minute, but I would love to hear you share an experience that you've had. Who wants to go first?
I guess I will.
Okay.
A little over a year ago, my husband had a place on his back that was about the size of his thumb that had turned to MRSA. And they had given him some antibiotics. He'd been on it for about 2 weeks and nothing. and they were pretty strong antibiotics. He hurt himself and they put him on the same antibiotics again. And it should have done something, staying on it for a month. And it was nothing. It hadn't even phased it yet. During the time when I treated his injury, one of his fingers started to get infected, and I used oregano on it. And within a few hours, it was healing up already. So that night I began to clean and lance and twice a day and put oregano on my husband's MRSA. And in no time it began to clear up, and pretty soon it was gone.
Yeah.
All I used was oregano.
And if you ever hear Ray talk about his favorite oil, he's going to talk about oregano. He can
will.
talk all day long, I think, about oregano
He will.
because it has totally helped him in so many ways. So I love, love, love hearing that story. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, who wants to go next?
I will.
Okay, awesome.
I have a customer, but she was a friend long before she was a customer. And we actually worked together in another, what do you call it? Sales area.
Right.
And she was having multiple hospitalizations, just multiple.
Oh.
She'd no more than get out of the hospital and she would be back in it. She has asthma, bronchitis, etc.
Wow.
And I talked her into trying some Breathe. So I sent her a sample of Breathe, and I can't remember the others right now. They're in a book, but she started using the products and using them in a diffuser and, just air, topical and all that sort of stuff. And she went for 4 long months without any hospitalizations.
Wow. Oh,
So that was like an incredible thing. And unfortunately she's had a backslide, but they found a couple other things that they're looking at. That's a heart related thing that's probably causing some of this. And they're doing tests right now. But anyways, she still likes her Breathe, but it was
well,
good.
it sounds like she might need a few other things, but yeah, that's awesome.
Oh,
Brenda.
yeah,
That's it.
she's had a few others. It's just that, like I said, the heart thing, I'm not sure that, yeah, they found a couple aneurysms. So they're
Okay.
just testing and seeing size and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. So
That's cool. Awesome. Thanks so much. Okay, who wants to go next?
I'll share what not to do.
Okay.
A while back, I had some wild orange and I would have put it on before I went to bed at night.
Uh-huh.
And I was awake like majority of the night. I'm like, what in the world is going on? So then I got with Jackie and I said, Jackie, I'm just staying awake all night. She's like, what are you using? I'm like, wild orange. And she's like, Lisa, no, you got to use that during the day. So do not use wild orange when you're trying to go to sleep at night.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny because if you talk to another friend of mine, Beth Couch, she would tell you the opposite. They diffuse wild
Really?
orange and they can sleep right through it. So it's amazing to me. But yeah, I'm with you. That wild orange will wake me right up. Like there's no way I could use that at night.
And it's funny how different people react differently.
Right. Yeah. Isn't it?
That's my favorite.
Right. Catherine, did you have an experience you wanted to share?
Yeah, I was a couple years ago, and I don't normally go get pedicures, but I did, and ended up with an infection, and went to the doctors, and everything they gave me, needless to say, didn't work, and I actually was allergic to it. So yeah, so then I called my sister, and she said, try the tea tree. So I did, and took me a little while, but it actually cleared it up. So, and I actually did not lose my toenail because that was on the verge of losing the whole thing. So I'm glad that it's there. So, and it's definitely in my arsenal of oils.
Right.
So I do use it on occasion.
That's awesome. So cool. Now I have to know, have you gone back to get another pedicure?
I have not. I pretty much have done them myself, or if my sisters are around, Evelyn's chuckling, I can see her smile on her face because she helped me do my nails when we went to a wedding. So
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I
There you go.
I don't yeah, I'm not very good at I can do my nails, but my toenails that's a little more harder for me
Right.
to do.
Yeah. It's a little bit
Yeah.
more of a challenge.
No, and even the doctor said I would not advise you doing that again. Being a diabetic, I don't want
Right. Yeah.
to take the chance of losing my
Exactly.
toes.
Right.
So
Yeah. We definitely don't
I
want
will
that.
I will just keep using the tea tree if I
Right.
have to.
I know, like I'm 55 years old and I tell people all the time I've never had a manicure or pedicure because of all these stories I'm hearing. I hear more stories
Mhm.
about people going and getting infections. I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing it.
No, that's why I say I do them myself. I mean, they're
Yeah.
not doing too good right now because I've been out in the yard working and
That's
whatnot.
okay.
So they're
That's okay.
breaking a lot, but
Yeah.
that's okay. They'll come back.
Yeah.
So
Well, well, I really appreciate you guys sharing your stories. It's just so awesome. I love, love, love. I tell you, every time I do these classes, it's actually my favorite part of the class to be able to hear you guys share your stories and your experiences. So thank you so much for doing that. All right, now let me go back to sharing my screen. So we have here, I'd like for you guys to tell me your 3 top health priorities. And then what I'd like you to do is I'm going to have you text me. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, hold on. I'm going to put my phone number in the chat and I want you to text me so that I can send you an app. If you do not have the Droply app, do this anyway. If you already have the Droply app, no need to text me. Okay. So if you will text me, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you an app or send you a link to be able to apply for an app, and I've covered the cost of it. It's actually your gift for attending tonight. Anybody here that does not have that app? Because if you guys all already have it, then I don't have to worry about it.
I don't, but I'm trying to figure out how to text you now.
Okay, no problem.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Where's the
Okay.
where was the number? Did you put it in the cap? Oh, here it is. Okay.
Yeah, Alice, if you'll just text me, then I can just send you the link to the app. Okay, so this is a way that if you ever want to feel awesome, this is where you need to start. This is where you need to continue and always be on the Lifelong Vitality Pack. This has completely changed my life and my future. And you might think that I'm just trying to sell you something or that that's an exaggeration. But let me share with you a story. Okay. So again, let me stop the share. It's like, because if I don't stop the share, I can't see you. Otherwise, I'm just looking at my slide. Anyway, so I have 5 kids. They're grown now, but I have been a solo parent for the last 15 plus years, since 2007. And my 4th child is named Matthew. While he was all grown up, he had a lot of neurological and behavioral issues. When he was 4, he was diagnosed with ADHD and ODD, oppositional defiant disorder. When he was 5, he was diagnosed with brain malformation called Arnold-Chiari and had to have the bottom part of his skull removed because it was putting pressure on the cerebellum. Arnold-Chiari has the cerebellum that goes past the skull, and it was just putting pressure on it. So they just had to remove the bone. They didn't want to remove brain matter. That would not have been cool. When he was 7, he was having so many behavioral issues that at school and at home that it was suggested to me that I take him to a behavioral specialist, behavioral and developmental specialist, and I did. He recommended a neuropsych eval, so we did that. He was then diagnosed with Asperger's, couple of learning disabilities like dysgraphia and dyslexia. He was diagnosed with several other learning issues and other things. When he was 9, though, his father and I divorced, and his father completely left the picture, and I was by myself raising my 5 kids, who were then ranged in ages from 7 to 15. And he got worse. His anger would get worse. His hostility would get worse. His rage would get worse. It was just bad. I mean, we were all dealing with our own trauma, don't get me wrong, because of everything that happened and the way it went down. But we were all like, we all, none of us had time to heal or deal with our own stuff because we were all worried about where Matthew is and what he was doing and whatever, and trying to be protected. And it would just get worse. And when he was like 16, almost 17, I went to my religious leader and I was like, I don't know what else to do. I feel like I'm done. I just need to check him into a group home because I feel like there's nothing more I can do for him. He recommended that we get another neuropsych eval because it'd been about 10 years just to make sure, because I kept telling us that I feel like they missed something. I feel like there's something else going on in him. And through that neuropsych eval, he was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. And I just thought, there's my lot in life. I'm going to be taking care of my schizophrenic son the rest of my life. And that same month, I met yet another woman who worked with doTERRA. Now, why do I say that? Because up till that point, for about 4 or 5 years, that I had had people along the way, starting with my mother, telling me about doTERRA and suggesting that I try this for my own I had 7 autoimmune issues by then that I was dealing with myself. My daughter had health issues. My son was dealing with all these neurological things, and people, were very caring and would try to suggest that. But because it was network marketing, I just pushed it away and was like, I'm not going to do that. So I would search for resources in other areas. And at one time, Matthew was on 4 different prescription medications. So I was not anti-prescription medications. Like, I was desperate. I was searching for ways, but it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It just did not help everything that he had. Anyway, so as we went on, my friend Carla did introduce me to doTERRA again. But again, when I found out it was network marketing, I was not going to do it. I just figured they couldn't have anything that I couldn't just go get at the store. And for 1.5 years, I did that. And things got worse with Matthew, even though he was on antipsychotics and whatever. But they did tell me that when he was diagnosed, that he was so far gone to expect his first psychotic episode in 3 to 5 years. So we're 1.5 years in, and I'm feeling just so desperate. And just like, I was venting to Carla, and I was just telling her how I just didn't feel like I could keep doing this. Like, it was just too much. And she's like, Paula, I really wish you would just give doTERRA a try. I really feel like it could help you. And she goes, and besides that, because I also was telling her that I felt like I needed to work from home so that I could be here for Matthew, because, I kept being called home from work because of all the issues he was dealing with and whatever. And so, anyway, she said, she was like, you could even work this as a business and you'd probably be really good at it. So I'm like, then it was like a light bulb went off, and I just knew that she was right. And I had to just humble myself to join a network marketing company and to try these products. So I got the Home Essentials kit, had my 10 oils and a diffuser, and thought I was set. And then she's like, well, not quite yet. You need to try the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And I'm like, Carla, I've got vitamins in my cabinet. Do you see all these vitamins? Like, I've got so many. I've paid good money for them. Like, I went to the health food store and everything. I've spent hundreds of dollars on this stuff. And she's like, Paula, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. So she was speaking my language. And I was like, fine, I'll take it. And then I'll get my money back, because I cannot imagine that those vitamins are so special that, they'd be any different than what I already have. 2 weeks into it, I knew I was not getting my money back, because I felt less pain. I felt more energy. I felt less brain fog. Like, I felt like I had not felt in years. Like I did not think I could ever feel that good again with everything that I was dealing with my own health. And I mean, I just thought I had a life sentence with that stuff, you know? So anyway, so then I was telling her about it and she's like, you need to give this to Matthew. And I thought, why not? I've tried everything else with that boy. Let's just try this too. So we did. And about 2 weeks later, Matthew comes to me and he goes, Mom, I feel kind of normal. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he said, well, those voices in my head, they're not there. And I'm like, well, the only thing different we're doing is this lifelong vitality pack. Because it's not like he's got the best diet in the world or whatever. And I'm like, well, just keep trying it and let's see how long it lasts. Because I was expecting it to be good for a while and crash like everything else we had ever tried. Over the next couple of months, we noticed that there was no more anger, that he had no more anger, no more hostility, no more rage. He would come in sometimes to the kitchen and go, hey, Mom, do you need any help? And I'm like, who is this kid? And then also people at church were like, hey, something's different with Matthew. Like he's been talking to us more and he's been engaging more, and people at school started noticing more, and extended family started noticing different things. And we actually got to feel like we were more of a normal family for a while. And it was really kind of cool. And then Matthew came to me and he goes, I want to keep taking this, because he knew how good it made him feel. The prescriptions didn't do that. And so a year and a half after he started this was his 3-year mark, where he was supposed to start his psychotic episodes. And they wanted to reevaluate him. And after the reevaluation, they sat me down. They're like, they asked me about all of his diagnoses. And I had all the paperwork with the psychologist's signatures and everything, right? Like it was a big envelope. It was a lot of stuff he had been diagnosed with, and secondary diagnoses and all that was in there. And she looks at me and she goes, I think he was misdiagnosed. He doesn't have any symptoms of schizophrenia. He doesn't have any symptoms of, and fill in the blank, right? And I'm just like, if only you knew, you know? So when I say that my life has changed and my future was changed because of Lifelong Vitality Pack, I mean it. Like I'm not just making up a story. We've lived it. Now here we are 7.5 years later, still on Lifelong Vitality Pack. Matthew has come off of every prescription medication with the doctor's help. We didn't do this on our own. We didn't do it cold turkey. He was on medication since he was 4. I was not about to take those away from him, you know, without help. So with the doctor's help, he came off, and he has now been off of all medications for at least 3 years, maybe more, maybe like 4. It is truly a miracle for us and for our family. We will forever be grateful to doTERRA. And my biggest regret was that I did not start 6 years earlier, when the first person, my own mother, tried to tell me about it. Because how much different our family life would have been had I not been so freaking hard-headed and humbled myself to help my children and to help my family. Whew, sorry. Thought I could get through that one without crying. Didn't happen. Anyway, so Lifelong Vitality Pack. It can help you mentally, physically. It is amazing to me, the energy that it gives you. It can help you with brain fog. It can help with depression. It can help with so many different things. Now, the reason is we have 3 different components to this. When you go to a store and you get other, let me see if I have that here. Hold on. Yeah, I do. Yay. When you go to a store and you buy all these vitamins, I probably had every single one of these in my cabinet. You are going to spend a lot of money. And what I learned the hard way was that only 10 to maybe 50% of the elements of these store-bought vitamins are actually absorbed in our body. The rest of it gets flushed out. If you've ever taken a B vitamin, you know what I'm talking about. With the Lifelong Vitality Pack, it's 95% absorbed in our body. And it's whole food based. That is unheard of among vitamins in capsules and that sort of thing. But it's a 3-part component. This XEO is 9 different essential oils and a balanced formula of the omegas, which is the best sourced omegas that we have. You will not be burping up fish oil, because the fish oil that you are burping up that you get from the store is rancid. That's why you're burping it up. When I found that out, oh, I was so mad. All those years I suffered in vain. And then we have the Microplex VMZ, vitamin mineral complex, right? This is actually a food nutrient complex. So it's whole food based, and it's our vitamin mineral. So everything is balanced, and it is amazing. Then we have here the Alpha CRS. CRS stands for Cellular Renewal System. There's a homeopathic formula here. It's a cellular vitality complex, is what we like to call it. And it's antioxidants, it's cellular energy, and it's for longevity. There's CoQ10 in there, and there's other elements of homeopathic type products that are amazing for balancing all 11 of our systems. Okay, so it's super cool. Thing that I do love about this too is instead of paying the hundreds of dollars that I used to spend on all my vitamins, I now only have to spend $80.50 or $85 maybe now. Whatever it is, it's still cheaper than it was when I was doing all this. So all the money I spent on that just makes me a little crazy now, but whatever. I am actually spending Thursday nights right now talking about metabolic health and how this can increase our energy, improve our cognitive function. It actually curbs our sugar cravings. It can decrease post-meal glucose spikes. It can actually help you lose weight. It can activate longevity genes so you can live younger longer. It does improve blood sugar levels. It inhibits fat cell maturation. It improves skin elasticity and firmness, and the list goes on. It is amazing to me how that's even helped my joint pain. So like, seriously, like it's just been amazing. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna go more in depth of this on Thursdays and for our last class of our series for the summer. The top 10 essential oils. This is actually the set that I started with when I did this. And because I thought this was all I needed, and then we were good. But now it is also something that I recommend for people to start with, but include the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And it is truly amazing how there's something for everybody, every member of the family. I think everybody needs every single one of these oils. Although this Melaleuca oil, I need a new picture, an updated one. That we just call it tea tree now. Mm-hmm. All right, and then we have our Natural Solutions Kit. And ever so often they do change out what comes in the Natural Solutions Kit. And so whenever people are just getting started, I typically recommend this or one of our other sets. But this is one when people just want to get started with a little bit of everything that doTERRA has to offer. There are 3 ways to purchase doTERRA to start with. It's retail, and it is the most expensive. And you only really want to pay retail if you're in a professional setting. I honestly would not recommend to anyone that I care about to pay retail, because friends don't let friends buy retail. Then the second way is wholesale, and you can get the best products at the best prices. And it works a lot like a Sam's or Costco, where you just have an annual membership, and the first year is free. The second year you can renew it at $25, and they'll send you a free 15 milliliter bottle of peppermint. So it's like a wash. But all year long, you can get 25% below retail. There is no minimum to start your wholesale account. So even if somebody just wanted to purchase one oil, they can totally do that. Okay. Then we have wholesale plus points for free products. I like calling this below wholesale, because I get discounted sets that I get to purchase, and anybody does. And then also getting those points back for free stuff. That's an amazing thing. So not only do you get 25% below retail, you also can earn free products through the loyalty rewards program, which is a lot like a frequent flyer miles program. I highly recommend that to everyone. Now, what can you expect from me or the person that you are working with, your mentor? We always send out a welcome packet. You will be able to receive a personal consultation, wellness consultation, membership overview, that type of thing. You'll also have access to VIP education group through Facebook and through these weekly meetings. We have a community and we have giveaways and we have ongoing support. Now, you already texted me. We have 3 types of people that generally come into doTERRA with a whole that want to have a wholesale membership. The first type of person wants to live the wellness lifestyle. Those are people that really want to help take care of their family and just excited to live a natural lifestyle. When they learn about the power of essential oils, they just can't wait to share their products with their family. doTERRA does support this type of person by providing free essential oil education. The second type of person is sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, my mother needs these oils, or I want my friend to learn about this. These people naturally want to share what they love. doTERRA supports this type of person through a generous system to reward people to share the products. As these people consistently share over time, they can have their oils they purchase paid for each month. We call this free natural healthcare. And there are thousands and thousands of people all over the world who are currently receiving free natural healthcare from doTERRA. The third type of person has been watching me the entire time and thinking, that's what I want to do. I want to change people's lives through educating people about the power of essential oils. And doTERRA rewards this type of person through an incredibly generous compensation plan. As these people educate others about the power of essential oils, they can earn enough to supplement and even replace their income so that they can become financially free. Now, if you're the second or the third person, please talk to me or the person that invited you to this call. Okay. Now, I love to talk about the joy of sharing oils. And this is actually a keychain that holds samples. And typically what we do is for anyone that would host a class in your home, or maybe you want to go to a Panera Bread or whatever and invite your friends, or even an online class. If you want to host a class, what we do is we will give you a sample for each person that attends your class. And that's an awesome thing to be carrying around. So if you want that, then again, just reach out to the person that invited you here and they will make sure you're taken care of. Now, why doTERRA? Why now? We are the largest essential oil company in the world. We are the most tested. We are the most trusted in the market. We are used by doctors and hospitals worldwide. We are ethically and sustainably sourced. We work directly with the farmers. We have at least 98% of the contracts with these farmers are exclusive to us. They only work for us. So if ever you run into anybody and go, oh, we get our oils from where doTERRA gets their oils, they are not telling you the truth, or they're being lied to. We have over 120 markets that are open around the world. The compensation plan, honestly, is genius. It is amazing to me how generous this compensation plan is, and it is unheard of among network marketing companies. So they really, truly want us to be successful. We have the highest retention rate of companies in our field in network marketing. Most network marketing companies have a retention rate of around 9 to 15%. Our retention rate is 65% on average. We have very loyal customers. We are privately owned and debt-free. We have an incredible team of owners. And when I say debt-free, I also mean with no outside funding. Like, it is amazing. Now, questions you might have is, how do I make money? How much time is involved? And could this work for me? Maybe what is the next step? So basically, you can share with a sample with somebody. You can teach them or host a class and have somebody come in to teach that class, get them started with their own account, and then you would support them along the way. The income potential is the sky. I mean, it is amazing. So while these are monthly averages and this income and these ranks, you can go on and create double and triple teams. So you could double and triple that monthly income. That is incredible to me. Now, how much time is involved? If you want your oils paid for, about 3 to 5 hours a week. If you want to supplement your income, about 5 to 15 hours a week. But if you want to replace your income, if you could commit between 15 to 30 hours a week, we can definitely do that and make that happen. Could this work for you? Are you passionate about oils and changing lives and helping people? Can you follow a system and get things done? So what would be the next step? Do you have a wholesale account? If yes, you can upgrade it to be a wellness advocate and set up a 100 PV LRP order. If no, you can choose a kit and set up an LRP order. And then get started with a wholesale account. And then reach out for help. We will plug you into all kind of our training and our resources and that type of thing. And then you start making your list and sample everyone. This is just so much fun. And we actually have a training program so that you can sample them very effectively. Now, doTERRA wants to be known as the company that helps the most people get out of debt. And that's actually quoted by Corey Lindley, who was the chief financial officer, who is now the CEO of the company. So that is what I had to share with you for tonight. I hope you found this helpful and insightful, but do any of you have any questions or thoughts that you'd like to share at this time?